Welcome to the One True Church. I'm Hugh Whitmore. Today's presentation is entitled, Is President Trump the Antichrist? And the quick answer is yes. Mr. Trump has been chosen by the demonic actors who run the world to be the Antichrist because we are deep into the end times process and at the point where the power of God's church has grown so greatly that prophecy shows demonic power must be solidified into one man who arises to deceive the entire world. The book of Revelation shows that the Antichrist doesn't actually run things. He's just a mouthpiece for the global demonic spiritual power structure called Mystery Babylon. At this point in the end times where we are now, all nations are required to fall into agreement behind the Antichrist. All of these deals Mr. Trump is making are agreed upon beforehand, but it's made to appear that he's a brilliant negotiator to prop up his mystique. There is no doubt that Mr. Trump is a highly intelligent man with a prodigious memory and a powerful work ethic, but he's not running the United States and he's not running the world. He's an actor for the demonic powers, he's following a script, and he knows the projected outcomes of that script. That's why he looks so firmly in control. Many countries are falling in line with Mr. Trump because they've also been told what to do by those above them. There is nothing spontaneous in this world, and there are no enemy countries in this world. All events are theatrical and driven by demonic need for satanic ritual. The fact that Mr. Trump has been given the power to act as a fearsome world leader is reflected in Revelation 13:4, which says, "They worshipped the beast, saying, 'Who is like the beast? Who is able to make war with him?'" This line of prophecy is why Mr. Trump talks about how other countries are getting a free ride because the United States pays for their military protection, and why Mr. Trump just recently announced this so-called Golden Dome missile system for the United States. He has to appear to be the greatest power on the earth and that no one can make war with him. This Golden Dome system is sold as a defensive weapon, but it's just the newest addition to the worldwide development of weapons that will electrify and nuclearize space, so the power of Jesus and the angels will be overcome when Armageddon starts. Except for China, who is being groomed to fill a prophetic role as the opposing party at Armageddon, most of the world's leaders are lining up with Mr. Trump as if their countries would collapse without him and the United States. This kind of consolidation of power hasn't happened on the earth since World War II, which ended 80 years ago this year. Through repeated history, we've seen the end times as a process that takes about 80 years for God's church to build enough glory for the Father, which then creates the destructive demonic response called the tribulation, which then takes several years to complete. We're in the beginning of that destructive part right now, which is why the Antichrist must rise and why Mr. Trump looks so extreme. In the past, the demonic forces have always started huge wars to overcome the end times power of God's church, the last time being World War II. Now in our time, enough of God's church has turned from the false apostle and false prophet Paul and joyfully returned to the teachings of Jesus of Nazareth, that great glory is rising to the Father and his throne, and the end times process is proceeding. This effort from God's elect has been very strong for about 8 years now. Since these conditions arise only once every 80 years or so, don't let this opportunity pass. Stay faithful and true to the teachings of Jesus and help push the end times to its conclusion. As Antichrist, Mr. Trump has a two-stage plan. First, by his multitude of rapid successes, he's trying to fool Christian believers into thinking things are getting better in the world. This will turn them away from their primary job of worshiping God. Mr. Trump is working on peace in the Middle East, peace in the Ukraine war, securing the U.S. border, reducing alien crime in America, reducing taxes, funding private and religious schools, reviving investment in American manufacturing, and looking into injurious toxicity in food and water. And he is only in the 5th month of his second term as I make this presentation. These things that Mr. Trump are doing will distract casual believers, but it is the truly devout, the elect and righteous of the Father, that will persevere and carry the end times forward. In Matthew 24:11-14, Jesus says, "Then many false prophets will rise up and deceive many." These are not just false prophets in the church. These are the false prophets like Mr. Trump and the other world leaders offering a false morality. The verse from Jesus continues, "And because lawlessness will abound, the love of many will grow cold." Lawlessness means turning from the primary focus on the teachings of Jesus, which is now happening as the lukewarm Christians fall away from their duty to God. Jesus continues, "But he who endures to the end shall be saved." These who will be saved out of the tribulation are the most devout, the elect and the righteous of the one true God. Finally, Jesus says, "And this gospel of the kingdom will be preached in all the world as a witness to all the nations, and then the end will come." If you, as God's elect and righteous, endure through this false part of the Antichrist reign, then Mr. Trump will start a war that will be unlike anything ever before on the earth. Jesus says in Matthew 24:21, "There will be great tribulation, such as has not been since the beginning of the world, until this time, no, nor shall ever be." So to bring an end to all sorrow, to destroy sin and Satan, and to restore God's eternal kingdom on the earth, keep serving God by the teachings he sent with Jesus. Even if the tribulation gets very tumultuous, stay true, active, and faithful, and by your efforts, good will overcome evil.